So, welcome everybody to another round of Ready to Amplify. This is an interview series this month. I'm celebrating the women who I have admired from afar, who are good colleagues of mine, who are role models in the business of the know, like, and trust, the relationship marketing, of really being real online in alignment with their marketing and amplifying. So, we're going to take you on a journey this month where we're getting behind the scenes of what that's like to launch big events, to launch a book, to launch an agency, different things that we're doing here, and just give you some insights. And I don't know if it's about hope, but it's about seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and shedding some behind the scenes of that. And in celebration too, we have the release of my book, Ready to Amplify, where I got to show it up really nice here for. I'm getting practice, okay? I'm usually doing this at the very end. So I thought I would say, this is my book, Ready to Amplify. It's a $7 ebook. The paperback is going to be released one day on Amazon because they keep hating me on my spine. I don't know. They just didn't like the size of the text on the spine. So I keep getting rejected. But hopefully it'll come live a little later today. And we are giving away over $500 worth of training and free resources at leighfowler.com/book, where you can check out the trailer and find out how you can get access to that. And let's get started. I have my guest today is Jessika Phillips, and Jessika is a relationship marketing evangelist, and on a mission to help people make relationships the forefront of their business, best practices. And as a marketer, she's a speaker, she's a teacher, she runs her own agency, she runs an annual conference every year. She has 10 full-time employees, 4 part-time employees, as well as some kids. That's a whole other story. And she's a passionate founder of the Now Marketing Group. So welcome, Jessika.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, and congrats on the book launch. That is a big deal. That's huge. So
Thank you. And it's funny because we were just talking before we went live about this process of celebrating and acknowledging the amazing things we're doing. And this has actually been another learning lesson for me, because I was realizing, like, wow, I'm not tuning my horn enough about this book and just of some of the accomplishments I've made, and realized yesterday even I was like, I think I did a disservice to my family, because I was just kind of downplaying. I was like, I do this all the time. I repurpose content. This is my thing. But like, then they were, like we didn't even plan a party. Like, I'm like, what am I?
So true. I don't know when it happened in our culture, but it is when we're complimented or when we've had a big celebration that we almost feel guilty to celebrate and to acknowledge that. Or if somebody's complimenting us, we're like, oh no, you're great, and it doesn't mean that you're boastful or you're conceited or anything. It just means you're standing in your power and that you're confident and you're saying, yeah, I worked hard. Thank you for acknowledging that. I do think I'm talented in this area and I'm passionate about it, and that's okay to do that. And we don't have to be ashamed or play small to stand out.
Yeah, big time. And I think it's something we're unlearning, is this process of like hiding or being quiet or just not bragging and boasting. And yet, it's important as business owners that we do that, right? So, so crazy. So we get an opportunity to put you in the spotlight a little bit and really dive in. There's been some huge accomplishments you've had in your career, and of all the things that you're doing right now, like, what is that one thing you're like really most excited about? What do we kick off talking about? It's a conference, agency, the show.
I'm really excited about all of that, but what I'm most excited about, I would say, is just the realization that relationship marketing is a thing. So I've been talking about relationship marketing for years, since 2010. That's kind of when I started blogging and all of that about it, and trying to I'm trying to really push out the understanding of what relationship marketing is and how you can use it within your business, and really the ideology of what it stands for. And I feel like now every conference that I've been going to, the trainings I've been seeing, the live videos, I feel like people really are embracing that we don't have to be kind of spammy with our marketing. We do have to be real, and we do have to add these human connections in order to really connect with our tribe and to build long-lasting relationships. And our current clients that we have in our business today are way more important than winning a new sale. And those current clients are going to be the ones that are going to amplify us through that word of mouth marketing that's going to draw more like-minded people into our business. So I'm super excited about just seeing this come into fruition now. I feel like, yay, more people are geeking out about it with me. And I feel like I've been able to connect with so many more people that believe what I believe. And there's just such a synergy around it. So really just excited about that, but definitely excited about, the conference. Social Media Week Lima 2018 was a huge success. We brought in so many great, amazing speakers that were just all like-minded, and we just gelled really well together. And it was just such energy for those 2 days. And I feel like it's really ramping us up for our 2019 event. And I'm starting to now, sign the speaker agreements and send those out. So it's becoming real already, and it's happening in June, but I'm already super geeked out about it.
I love that. I love that. And I was sharing with you, like, a lot of people have been telling me that they've been struggling with putting bums in seats, and just they feel like the shift happening. And I feel like whenever I do an event, like I sell out the event and everybody shows up, which is crazy. Like, it's unheard of. And I mean, little events, and it's been a while since I've done that. I'm coming a little bit out of a break, but when I was doing that, I thought that my success was based on the relationships, really, and nurturing and making sure that people knew that they were welcome, and that I was excited to see them, and here's what we're going to do. And so tell me, like, we are 6 months out from your conference, and how many people are you approximately, like, just to give people a scope of, like, this is a 3 to 5 day conference, right? Is that right?
2 days.
2 days. Okay, 2 days. Yeah, yep. Sorry.
No, you're good. And we celebrate the whole week though, and beyond. But yeah, 2 days actually in the seats. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And that's in Lima, Ohio. It's called the Lima Social Lima.
Social Media Week Lima. Yep.
Social Media Week Lima. So how many people approximately came last year, would you say?
Yeah, it was brought 250 with the attendees, and then with speakers, we had 18 speakers that were hosting also the table chat. So a little under 300. And just to give you some context about Lima, Ohio. So we have a population about 30,000, and the closest airport is over an hour and a half away. So people were really committed to get to this event, and it was just amazing. Speakers included, coming from California, Canada, all over, fly in, then drive 2 hours to get to the event.
Amazing. I love that. So you've been doing this event for over 4 years, I know, since I've met you. How many is this? What year is this for you? Is this year?
So technically it's year 6. So, but the first year we just did it after I came back from Social Media Marketing World. I was so pumped and energized from that event. I came back to my team and I was like, we need something like this in our town. And they're like, in Lima, really? And I'm like, yeah, why not, right? And so we hosted an event a few weeks after that one, literally just at our office. And we're like, let's just invite everyone we know. We're going to bring in some other marketers that are here in the area. And so we brought them in, filled out our office as much as we could, took up parking lots all around, and then hosted it to a larger group, and still staying in Ohio, Lima, Ohio, though, at a convention center here, year 1. So technically, we really didn't push it out to the masses and bring in other outside speakers, except for the past 3 years. So depending on how you look at it, 5 years total, but 3 years really hosting it to everyone beyond.
I love that. Like, it's growing. Things grow, right? And scale. Yeah. And so tell me a little bit, for those watching, like, you're running a 14 plus, person agency. You have the show, you have kids, like, so how was this for you? Like, how did you, do you find that most people are not planning ahead? Like, you're 6 months out, so you're starting to already do, what are some of the activities you're doing right now to connect with people for this event in 2019?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. And we actually start technically kind of planning before the conference ends the year before. So we already have our theme, we already have our page up, because we want people that are already there and excited about it to be able to say, I want to come back next year, right? So we had, over 35 people sign up the day that the conference was ending last year, because you want to keep that momentum going. The best people to have at your event are the people that have already experienced it, know what to expect, right? So we definitely had that link up. And we keep a Facebook community open, which is a Facebook group for attendees, past attendees, and upcoming attendees and speakers, because we want to keep the conversation going all year long. We don't want to just hit them back with the marketing, conference a couple months out when, they haven't thought about it for 10 months or what have you. So we keep that Facebook group open, staying in conversation, sharing this video, for example, in there saying, hey, we're talking about Social Media Week Lyman today. Come talk and hang out with us. We're sharing emails. And the live show that I do, weekly Magnet Marketers, we invite everyone to that so they can see some of their favorite speakers that they've, heard at the conference, and see them again and hear them talk about maybe a deeper dive on the subject that they spoke at the conference. And then we're also, collaborating with several of them in there. So we're asking them for tips and having them share their tips, featuring their successes that they're having, and really just staying in community with them throughout the year. So when we're bringing up this event again, they're already kind of top of mind. It stayed top of mind. And then just now we're starting to sign the speaker agreements, and then we're going to start introducing and rolling out, hey, here's who you can see, coming up next year to the event. And, if you haven't got your ticket already, by the way, here's the link,
I love it. I love it. Yes. And, I think that the things you're talking about too are helping people self-identify, right? And I think online, part of that process of relationship marketing, I think too, is like helping people like feel like they belong. And being part of something, they can relate to it. And
Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Everybody wants to belong. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Actually, yeah, that makes perfect sense. No, and that's so great. And so I think that when people are struggling to put bums in seats, I think what I'm hearing ultimately is that nurture sequence of really showing people that they're part of an experience. Right? It's not just like buy the tickets. It's like, what do you want to see? What do you want to hear? What are you learning? What are you experiencing? And nurturing those relationships. Does that sound?
That is absolutely right. We've been putting polls in the group saying, hey, what would you care about? What did you enjoy most? What could we deeper dive in? What kind of changes would you like to see for next year? How did you like this event? What do you guys think about these two options for a place to have our after party? Like, what would you like to see? What are your ideas? Who would you like to hear? So the more involved people get, the more that they feel that not only they're belonging, but they have some say in it and that some pride in it, and they want to share it out and to their communities as well.
Yeah, amazing. And what I love too, Jessika, is that I've seen you step onto bigger stages now. Like, so this is something I'm pretty sure I want to know how it felt to be asked to speak at Social Media Marketing World. This is one of the premier international events of the year for marketers. We see thousands of people buy tickets. It happens hosted by Social Media Examiner. And you're going to be, I believe you were on the stage last year and you're going to be on the stage this year. Is that right? Like, how did that feel?
Yeah. It feels amazing. So my goal wasn't necessarily just to speak to get a speaker seat, right? Like I truly geek out on relationship marketing. So I was like, I really want to do a workshop. I want to teach people this because this will be my third time speaking. The first year I was on a panel talking about, struggles with agencies and the growth and misconceptions, things like that, with Mitch Joel and Lee Odin, which was amazing. So I really was like, oh my God, I'm amongst these amazing people. And then, so that was a huge honor. And I was actually filling the seat for somebody that had to back out, right? Pretty close up to the event. So that was a huge honor to be thought of. And then asked to speak on relationship marketing and be looked at for the workshop position. It was just such an energizing and amazing feeling that, okay, yes, now I'm looked at for relationship marketing. I can now help others and really help them to really change what I knew that we needed to change in our agency, and so many clients that we've helped, revamp their business by just using these practices. So the first year, amazing feeling. The second year, to be asked back to do the same thing is the best feeling ever.
I love that. Yeah, it is pretty much Social Media Marketing World 2019. It's I remember going there in 2014 and I subscribe to the society. Like I'm just a big geek when it comes to staying on top of the trends and insights. And I think that's something that you talk a lot about in your show in the Magnet Marketers, where you've had this show, you started out on YouTube, you're bringing the show into Facebook as well. You brought on a new co-host, and Mike Gingerich.
Mike Gingerich, yeah.
I remember meeting him. He's such a genuine gentleman. And I think that's the key thing too, is understanding how to apply all this new technology, but still integrating these old fashioned strategies, right? Of being able to connect. And so that's a great show if you guys are watching to check out. I think Sarah has the link as well in there. So tell me a little bit about what's next for you. What are you working on? What is this? What is the thing, like, like social media marketing world is a big stage to get on. And has that given you inspiration to do more speaking, or are you writing a book, or tell me what's next?
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, social media marketing world definitely opened up more stages. Content marketing world opened up from that. Social media strategy summits, several others that were kind of bigger stages. And that definitely, because as a speaker, you're often looked at when you apply like, oh yeah, you look like you know your stuff, but what have you done before, right? And it takes that one yes that helps open up the doors to the other yeses, which is phenomenal when you can get that. And I started out, though, honestly, how I started now marketing group was offering free training, like, because I've never had a sales rep, and I literally started offering free training in our community. And doing workshops. So it started from there, then, doing the free stuff at the chambers and all that. And then, niche conferences for different specific industries. So definitely that's opened up stages. And I want to continue to speak on relationship marketing and evolving that message of what it looks like today when now more and more people are on social. How do you stand out, right? And how do you use this care approach to your marketing? So doing that, but balancing family, right? So I do have 3 young daughters, and they are very active in all things. So I try to balance that out and do maybe one a month, if that, to kind of stay home and then really do shows like this and podcasts and other things. I've been blessed to be able to do shows like this one. But what's next? So I'm going to continue speaking, and of course, Social Media Week, Lima 2019, and looking at 2020, which I'm really pumped for because we have some big plans for that, because I've been speaking on Customers 2020 since 2012 was when our conference, that was the theme for that. But that
very
and
cool.
The book thing is kind of a sensitive subject because I've been working on it for a couple of years.
I knew it.
It's so bad. It was so bad. I need to finish it. I don't know if you have the same struggle, if anybody else has the same struggle, but do you feel guilty working on your own stuff sometimes? Like, I don't know, I'll be like starting to write, and then I'm like, oh my God, this client just sent me something. I need to go do that, right? Or team member, I should go help them on something. And I really, 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 really struggle on working on things that are like just mine. I think it honestly helped me with the show having a co-host, because I feel like it's us together, right? So I need to get over that seriously and finish the book. But that is definitely going to come. I'm going to state it here and say it's coming.
It's coming. And I'll give you some insight too, because I think that this book, the Ready to Amplify book, was 20 years in the making in my head. And then when I decided, and maybe this is the fire that lit, whatever that lit the fire under my butt. I was like, wow, like I help people launch their books and leverage that for business and visibility, things like that. And I don't have a book, and I've been working with authors, and I'm a writer, and I write for magazines, and I just love writing, but I've never written a book. And I was like, I need to experience what my clients are going through. And I need to write a book. But then I was like, and I have this conference in 4 weeks. I wonder if I could get my book and all the goodie bags at the conference. There's like 300 people at this conference. And girl, I wrote it in 5 days. And I had guests on the weekend. I started on a Thursday night. I worked most of Friday. Saturday morning, I got up a little early. Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday night, Monday was edits. And it literally, like, I started with the outline, and then I gave myself a really like crucial deadline for the people that around me that could help me. Now that was in May. And what I've learned as well, and I love that you shared this, that because a lot of people are sitting on a book. And it is a process of not just writing it, but then it's November. So this book was written, like I had galley copies. So I did galley copies, which are like just like totally different cover. It was just, I printed it. I wanted people to review it and see it. I got the feedback because the cover obviously is a lot different. The cover wasn't resonating with people. But what I found was it's November. Like that's 5 months it took me to vocalize the fact that like I wrote the book and hey, here's coming out. And only in the last 4 weeks I was like, okay, I gotta like tell people, I gotta start ramping this up. So it's a process, right? And I think like you are like that go-to expert, right? Like you have the nuggets and you have, and it's about like allowing yourself that dream to unfold. Like it will help your business,
I need to just get it out because I already have so many chapters already done in Google Drive right now, Google Docs, and voice notes to myself on my phone, of course, when you're in the shower and you get your good thoughts and you're like, voice memo, blah, blah, blah.
Nuggets.
Nuggets, put that in. And now it's just stepping into finishing it, being confident and just saying, okay, this is what I'm doing it. I'm shipping it. What's Seth Godin? He says, just ship it. Ship it.
Well, imagine if everyone that came to your conference in 2019 or 2020 got a copy of your book.
I'm going to visualize it so I can get it done. Even before that, I want it for social media marketing world, right? Like February.
Oh my God. Yes.
Give it out. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Like imagine like you walk into that room and your book's on the seats and you're at this front of the room and they're all like holding your book and what a beautiful surprise. Like I love, yeah, that's possible. Like, it's just so, I think part of this, like, it's like making that decision and I'm getting goosebumps. So this is exciting. Yay. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we've talked about the show. We've talked about the conference. Tell me a little bit, you were talking a little bit too about the balancing in one event, speaking and evolving, but tell me a little bit about your work day. So what's that like day in the life, like when you're managing the agency, organizing the conference, taking care of the girls, like, what are your rules?
I am still one of those people that love to be in it, love to be in the client work and working hands-on with clients because I love seeing their passion for their business and, then saying, oh, let's do this to do it. And then, bringing in the team. So definitely could not do it without the brilliant minds of the team. They're all way smarter than me in their areas of expertise. Like they are amazing. I can't even say enough good things about the team. So what it looks like is I'll come in and I have to have my goals written out, like the top, 3 to 5 things I want to get done for the day. So I try to come in, thankfully and not thankfully, because I'm not a morning person, but my girls now have to be at school by 7 a.m. So I get in to the office. Mind you, the school, my office, and my home are all within 3 blocks of each other, which is perfect. So I can drop them off. I come to the office then, and I can start, just kind of fleshing out my brain and all that. And I start my day, though. I have to start my day with some kind of guided meditation or something just to get in my zone and really then have some clarity on the goals that I want to set for the day and my intentions for the day. I found that is the number one thing that has helped me shift my mindset, not be as stressed out, and just have this good energy that's attracting other good energy to me and my team, and just setting some intentions for everyone here. Definitely highly recommend that. So I write out my goals, and then really it's a balance between client meetings and the to-dos, of course, of the day. We always take 2 breaks through the day to when it's nice around Ohio, which is few and far between, but I'll walk around the blocks. We're in kind of a cool area where it's businesses, but then residential. So we'll do walks around the block or yoga or something in here to kind of take mind breaks. And then get home, and it's usually mom taxi for a while. And then hanging out with them, and then I'll usually maybe do 30 minutes or so of work in the evening, and then rinse and repeat, the rest of the day, days of the week.
I
But
love it. I love it. No, I think that's important. You mentioned the meditation and setting your goals and the intention. And so that's what I'm hearing, I think, are just setting, the day for success and the path. And would you say that the balance too, like when you're stepping into that speaker role, like you touched upon this earlier, and I think I struggle with it when I'm doing book launches with my clients, and then I'm like doing a live stream, or I'm like, oh, should I be working on the book launch, or and so I found it where I now have certain rules around that, so that I always feel good showing up, because it is tricky to get stuck in that trap of like always wanting to be working on the client stuff, and then it becomes an excuse almost for not showing up live. And at least for me, I know that I will hide if
You're so right. And honestly, one tip that I received, and I'm trying to remember who I heard it from, and I hate that I don't remember right now, but is that you have to schedule it in. So I've literally started scheduling my own appointment with myself to work on things for the business. So I'm not always working in the business, I'm working on the business. Yes. That is one of the best things that I've done. Honestly, I'll literally block myself out, besides the intention setting. And the other thing is setting relationship goals as well. So who do I really want to connect with? So one kind of power tip that I do before I go into an event is I'll look at who's going, right? And I'll start, kind of searching through that. And then I will go follow them on Facebook and put see first before the conference, so I can engage with their and do the same thing with Twitter lists and LinkedIn. And I will set intentions of people that I truly want to connect with before the event. And I would always do something personalized, whether it's a message to someone or send them an email or something to someone that I want to keep and maintain a relationship with over time, because it's easy to connect with somebody super strong if you've met them at a conference. And then let's be real, like life happens. They're not, in your day to day. So it's easy to kind of let things fizzle out. But if you really want to maintain that, you have to be intentional about it. So there is a cool app called Cloze, CLOZE, that'll let you know how long you haven't talked to someone or when you should kind of reach out. That's an app for that, or you can do it low tech like me and really just like the follow first and then, or see first, excuse me, and then try to, keep tabs on people that way.
Oh, I love that. What a powerful way to wrap up our power half hour. I love that, power tips. And just such a joy to speak with you today. Like, I think that you shed some lights on some of the areas of your expertise in the journey. And I think that people can relate, right, to up-leveling and nurturing and growing and being in the spotlight. And it's just amazing, some of these insights that are just, like they just flow. And I'm going to check out the show. I haven't been up to date on the show, so that's something that has to be on my, I got to get that on my radar.
We have to have you on it instead.
Hey girl,
talk about how to amplify your business, and then a little book plug, right in there. So
well, there you go. I mean, the whole thing, I think the basis behind my book too, I guess I almost forgot to tell people, but the whole idea of tribe, visibility, impact, the idea is like we need alignment. We need to feel good about our marketing. It doesn't have to feel spammy. So the 7 days, it's a pocket guide to just different things you can do to nurture and have systems behind how you show up being authentic and connecting with your tribe and making a bigger impact at the end of the day. So those of you just tuning in or watching on replay, ready to amplify, tribe, visibility, impact, you can go to leifowler.com/book to check that out and download get access to it. There's a bunch of resources that are coming out this month. And Jessika, you can find her at nowmarketinggroup.com and limasocial.com or sociallima.com. And I want to thank everyone for joining us today. Jessika is very approachable. Like if you have questions, things she's talked about, just reach out, I think, on social. And just thank you for being here. I mean, there's just so much happening, and I'm so excited for you. I want to see that book come out next March or April. Is that Social Media Marketing World? April? March. Okay. Yep. March this year. Yeah. So I'm gonna probably be in that room. So I will be like, where's the book, girl?
All right. You'll be the first person I tell.
Awesome. Okay. Thanks again. And we're going to sign out. Bye for now, guys.
See ya.